made man as the crown of his creation. He created everything and then he made man and made man the head of everything. That is part of his providential care. And he created man and he made everything available for the use of man. God's providential care. Brothers and sisters, I want you to know that God cares and that God cares for you. I want us to look at the life of the man who wrote this psalm. And I want to talk about the psalmist and God. David said, "The Lord is my shepherd." David thought about God, the God of Israel. As he thought about his relationship with God, he made the analogy of a shepherd and his sheep. God was like a shepherd to David, and David was like a sheep to God. David was a shepherd boy right from his youth. He knew the kind of relationship between the sheep and the shepherd. You have heard of situations in Nigeria, probably, how it is increasingly becoming difficult for people to farm. Not only because of bandits and kidnappers, but because of the harvests, the Fulani herdsmen, who will graze their sheep on their cattle on other people's farms. It has happened to me. It has happened to many other people. That they come and feed their sheep and their cow on your crops, because they so much value the crops and they value their cows. And if you dare challenge them, they kill you, they maim you. As a matter of fact, they do all sorts of things, because as far as they are concerned, nothing matters to them as their cattle. The same way David saw himself and God. Said, "The Lord is my shepherd." David knew this metaphor in a unique way, having been a shepherd himself. David uses the most comprehensive and intimate metaphor yet encountered in the Psalms, preferring usually the more distant king or deliverer, the impersonal rock and shield. There are many other things David calls God. He calls God the king, calls God the deliverer, he calls God my rock, he calls God my shield, but he became very personal and intimate here when he said, "The Lord is my shepherd." Whereas the shepherd lives with his flock and is everything to it, guide, physician, and protector. That is what the shepherd is to the sheep. For David, the fact of God's shepherd-like care was the end of the satisfied need. I cannot lack. So far as God is my shepherd, I cannot lack. He said, "I shall not want." And this is both a declaration and a decision. See, at the end of the service, I will be calling us to a decision. People of God, we need to know the manner of God we are serving. I shall not want means all my needs are supplied by the Lord my shepherd. All my needs. I shall not want means I decide not to desire more than what the Lord my shepherd gives. The Lord is my shepherd. If you look at this Psalm 23, if we do a sort of exercise. And you try to look at between 20 verses 1 and 6. Let us see the number of things God will do. In verse 1, or let's begin from verse 2. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. See, number 1. He leadeth me beside the still water. How many? 2. That is what God is going to do as a shepherd to the sheep. Number 3. He restored my soul. How many? 3. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name. That is what now? 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. What now? 5. God is with me as a shepherd. Thou preparest a table before me. How many things now? 6. In the presence of my enemy. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. How many things now? 7. You can say 7 things that God as a shepherd will do for his sheep. People of God, let us remember, let us be conscious of this fact over and over again, that because of God's providential care, there are many things he will do for us. Many things. So David said, well, I know God is going to act on my behalf. As a shepherd, he will do 7 things for me. He's going to stretch himself to the extent that all my needs are met. We have seen David. What is the relevance of Psalm 23 to you as a believer? The man of